Hey folks, I'm Dennis. Thanks for watching my video. A few months ago I got a Hustler Raptor X zero-turn mower. I've gotten 30 hours on it at this point, so I thought I'd do a walk around and kind of a quick review to let you know what I think about it. So let's get started. This particular mower's got a 54-inch deck on it. It's 3 blades. My son gave me a mulching kit for it for my birthday, and that's why you don't see a chute on this side of the deck. The mulching kit comes with mulching blades, and then it's got some baffles that go in the deck that contain the clippings basically around each blade to mulch it up better. So that's one difference that you'll see from a stock mower. A stock mower will have a chute on the side with standard blades and without those baffles. Otherwise, this one is all stock. I'll just kind of go over the basic details. It's got a real comfortable seat. It's got the hole in the back for ventilation, which is nice. You've got right here, you've got your foot pedal for adjusting the height. So this is on the right side of the mower. To adjust the height, you step down on that pedal. That lifts the deck, relieves the pressure from off of the pin, so you can pull the pin up and you can set it wherever you like. The range goes from 1.5 to 4.5 inches of cutting height in 1/4 inch increments. So you have 13 different height adjustments, like I say, starting at 1.5 going to 4.5. So you can dial in the height pretty much exactly how you want it. You can lift it all the way up when you want to clean under the deck. That's pretty helpful. To clean it, I run my front tires up on car ramps, raise the deck all the way up, and then clean out from under it. Moving back to the control panel, again, still on the right side of the mower. You've got the throttle, the choke, the PTO for engaging the blades, the key start, and then the hour meter. I'm at 30.4 hours so far. So pretty simple control panel. You've got a little cubby back here for whatever, gloves, glasses. I don't know, about 7-8 inches front to back, and probably 4 wide, and then about 4 or 5 deep. It's a pretty good sized cubby. Now moving on back to the engine. This one has got a Kawasaki FR 651V, super reliable engine. It runs well. It's easy to get to everything. Air filter. Check the oil. Fuel filters over on the other side. Oil filters down here. Oil drain is right below the filter. I've got an upcoming oil change video I'll show you, and that'll help you do some of your own maintenance as well. Moving over to the left side, same size cubby hole on this side as we had on the right, and then just in front of that is a drink holder, which is deep enough to hold a water bottle without it falling out if you hit bumps or your yard's a little rough, that kind of thing. That's something that I do like about it. On around to the left side, got your gas filler neck, which makes it easy to get to. It's got a retainer strap on it, so easy to get to that. If you slosh a little bit of gas, all of that's opened up so it runs down underneath instead of getting all over the side of your mower, which I kind of like. Back to the seat. I like the seat. It's real comfortable. I'd say, at least a couple of hours you can ride in it without getting your behind sore or whatever. The armrest will lift up, which is nice for whatever, getting in and out, and if you just want them out of your way. Then the seat flips up. You got a couple of springs for smoothing out your ride so you don't feel every bump that you hit. You can see your whole gas tank, which is nice for when you're filling it up. You can tell how full you are. There's not a gas gauge anywhere, but I just watch my tank, and when it gets to the bottom of the neck down here, then I know I'm fine. Let's see, the battery is right there. Makes it super easy to get to when you need to change it. It uses a small battery, kind of like a quad 4-wheel or something like that, about that same size. You can get down in here for cleaning real well. Like you've got the fans over the hydro trans axles. It's easy to get in there and spray all this out, blow it out, whatever you want to do. If all of my cuttings are dry, I just blow it out with the blower. If everything is wet, then I got to get the hose out and hose it all out. One of the things that I don't like is these fans. They could stand to have like a cap or something on them. They tend to catch a lot of clippings. You can see they're recessed, so you end up with kind of a cup, and clippings and crud gets down in there. It's easy to blow out, no big deal, and it doesn't really hurt anything. I just don't like a bunch of stuff accumulating, you know, in the mower. So if they were to put a cap over those fans, that would probably be a good move. Most of the wiring, if you ever have a wiring issue, your safety switches and things like that, that's all right there. You've got some of it of course comes on back to the engine, but it's all easy to get to. So if you ever have a problem, it's easy to troubleshoot, to get a hold of everything. Again, like on this side of the motor, everything's easy to get to. Fuel pump's right there, fuel filter's right there. I've got a hitch kit already on mine, and I'll have an upcoming video for that too, showing you how to put that on. That's kind of nice if you got like a yard wagon or something. If you've never had a zero turn before, on this one anyway, moving these handles out like this is how you set the parking brake. So you have to have the parking brake set, which means both handles are pushed to outboard, and then to release the parking brake, you pull both handles in, and then you can start to control forward and reverse. The guards over the spindles have a relief right here and another one back up here for cleaning them out, and that'll let you get all your clippings flushed out from under there. The top of the deck is flat all the way across, which also makes it nice. There's no recessed place like there are in a lot of stamp decks that accumulate a bunch of clippings and stuff. This is a fabricated deck. It's very heavy, and then on top of that, right around here, there is an added piece of flat steel welded on around the edge of the deck, which really protects the edge, because that's what mostly gets, you know, banged into things, stumps and whatnot. So it's real rigid, and I like that. The deck is stout. Here's something that I really like about this thing. This is your floorboard. It's got a nice mat, kind of a rubberized mat, that's plastic riveted to the metal floorboard. Take a 7/16 wrench or socket. Take that bolt out. Don't drop your washer, and then you can take that whole plate out, and you can get to the entire top of the deck, which is great for cleaning it. I don't do this every time I cut, but every so often, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, I'll pop that floor plate off, that deck plate off, and then I can get in here and blow all the clippings out, you know, from under the guard on both sides, like here, and get all of this cleaned out, get everything underneath the pulleys and all that kind of cleaned out, make sure my belt's in good shape. That's also really great for when you got to change the deck belt, because you can get to the whole thing right there, and it's easy to get on and off. It's got some rubber bumpers on each side so it doesn't vibrate itself to death and scratch up all your paint. And basically it's just got a couple of tabs back here at the back that go up right up under there. Line that bolt hole up and you're good to go. First time you pull that out, you get a real sense for how heavy steel they used to build this thing with. The frame is all tubular steel and it's super rigid. I've had multiple occasions where I have driven over, you know, where like one of the front tires is not supported by the ground, and the whole frame just stays straight and flat. It doesn't flex. You feel real secure, you know, on it. All right, so that's that. Something that I really like is right here on your footrest, they formed in some perforations. It's not as slick if the bottom of your shoes are wet or whatever. The same thing with the cutting height adjustment pedal. It's got the same thing. So between those two and this rubberized mat, you're not as likely to slip, you know, getting on and off of it, that kind of thing. Grab hold of one of the handles, fling yourself up there, and you're fine. All right, so let's talk a little bit now about using it. On a zero turn mower, your back tires are driven, your front tires basically just big casters. So you don't get any steering from the front tires. Took me a little while to get used to that because I've always had a riding mower with steerable front tires or a lawn tractor. I do like the tires they put on this mower. They're big bike tires. They're 18 by 10.5 -8. They're 10.5 wide, 18-inch OD on 8-inch wheels. They get good traction. One of the things that you have to be careful of, because basically your steering comes from how the power is distributed between the left and the right back tire. If the left side is going faster, then you're going to turn right. If the right side is going faster, you're going to turn left. And if, you know, say the left one's going forward and the right one's going reverse, you're going to zero turn to the right. Something else that I learned real quick is that you got to keep your tires moving, because if you don't, if you basically just stop and then say you pull back on your right hand lever to make your right tire go in reverse, then your left tire pivots, and when it does, it tears up your grass. So ideally what you do is you keep both tires moving all the time. If you change direction, get the one that's going to kind of pivot moving first, and then put more power to your other side. That way you won't tear your grass up. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to that, it's okay. Driving downhill is not recommended. It's real easy to lose steering because, again, you have no front tire steering. All your steering comes from your back. So your back tires are driving you forward. If you get going downhill, you get moving a little bit too fast, and the only way to steer is to put more power to one side or the other, or slow down one side or the other. So what I have found is that you can creep downhill real slowly if you're careful. I don't like doing it, and what I have begun to do is, if I've got to cut on a slope, I cut with my rear end downhill, and I cut up the hill. I also don't try to cut across the hill, because what you have to do is you're going along like so, and if you're going across a hill, you have to power, like say you're going, you know, left to right, and you're leaning to your downhill to your left. You have to power your left back tire more to keep the mower moving straight. So you're kind of going across the hill at an angle. That's also not real safe. So I just do hills up and down the hill with my rear end facing downhill. That's a lot more safe to me, and it's a lot less stressful. I don't have to worry about tearing my yard up. I get it cut, and I don't have a lot of problems that way with steering or getting out of control, that kind of stuff. Some of the things that I really like about this mower is it's a lot faster, number one. I can cut my yard in half the time that I did with my old Husqvarna lawn tractor. The cut is very even and consistent. Plus I've got more height control, you know, here to get my lawn the height that I want it. I have mostly centipedes, so in the winter I cut it real close because it's going to go dormant anyway, but then as it gets to be hot weather and it gets healthier and greens up more, I tend to cut it a little bit higher. So it's nice to be able to do that and keep that under control, so that when you're done cutting, you got a nice level lawn. If you like to stripe your lawn, you know, zero turn's the way to go. If you don't care, then it doesn't really matter, but I just kind of have fun with that. I've found that it's fun to do different striping patterns, so I, you know, screw around with it when I'm cutting. But it's easy to do that. You can, with the 54-inch deck and with the zero turn capability, you can, you know, basically you can run up and down or crossways your lawn, and you move really quick. You can just really get it cut fast. So I do like that about it. I like the fact that everything on this mower is easy to get to, so I think maintenance on it's going to be a piece of cake. I'm still not in love with not having front wheel steering. I'm getting used to that. I've only got 30 hours on the mower, so I'm sure I'll get more used to it. But I've got a sloping lot, so it's a bit of a challenge. What I have done is I've kind of reworked the way I cut my yard so that I can go, you know, pretty much uphill most of the time. On the gentle slope, it's no big deal. It's just the steep stuff you got to be careful of. Gentle sloping stuff's no problem. You can cut that however you want. So I don't want to like scare people off and give you a bad impression of how it cuts on the slope. Steering it, if you've never had one of these, what you do is when you get on, crank it up, you release your parking brake, pull these two handles in, so now they're kind of in front of you. And basically you steer it like you're pushing a shopping cart, like a buggy. You know, if you want to go that way, you push on this side. If you want to go this way, you push on that side. If you want to go backwards, you pull them back. If you get a zero turn, if you never had one, just take it easy the first few times. Go slow, get the feel of it, figure it out, and be safe. And then your confidence will get up, and you'll figure out how the mower responds, and you'll be a lot more comfortable, a lot more safe. So I'll show you real quick how well it starts. So I put the throttle about half throttle, pull the choke out. To engage your blades, you pull that up. What they recommend is half to 3/4 throttle and then engage your blades. It has something to do with belt life. So that's what I do. And then if I want to, I'll run the throttle all the way up. So thanks for watching my video, folks. I appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned also for some more videos on this mower. I'll do an oil change video soon. I'll do a hitch kit install, probably do a light kit install, and then some other things, belt changes and whatnot as they come up. I hope to see you back soon. Take care. God bless you.